Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, bringing you another special box opening video. In this one, we've got a Star Wars Unlimited Lawless Time pre-release kit, or box, sent to me in the Content Creator Kit that FFG sent me this set, which, big shout out to them. Thank you for including me in the program. I figured we'd do something a little bit special since it is not yet pre-release time for the Lawless Time set. I'd go ahead and open this box and do a live deck build for a pre-release. Just for those of you who maybe haven't been to a pre-release, I know most of you watching this channel probably have, but there could be a couple of you who haven't. Just so you can see kind of what my thought process is for how this works and what you're looking for when building a deck. So, what do you get in a pre-release box? Well, you get 6 packs from the set. You also get a little deck box, which inside is going to contain 2 leader cards. So for Lawless Time, it is Jabba the Hutt and Leia Organa. I like to keep these sealed unless I plan on using these leaders, because these are hyperspace versions of the leaders, which you're not going to get anywhere else. So I'm going to leave those in there for now, but we might crack them open later. You will also get a quick reference rules thing here, which I think should talk about... Yeah, okay, just basically is a really basic intro to the game. Talks about what the different card types are, or, oh, yeah, card types. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that. And also some damage tokens, in case, you know, if this is your first time playing the game, you might not have your own. But we're going to set those aside for now, and we're just going to go straight into cracking open the packs. So for those of you who have not made a pre-release deck in the past, or a sealed deck, basically the way it works is you need to make a 30 card minimum deck, and there's no restrictions on how many copies of a card you can have. So normally in Premiere you can only have up to 3 copies of a card. That is not the case when playing sealed format, which is what a pre-release is. This set is going to be a little bit more challenging to build with because of the common bases, which allow you to play cards out of aspect at no additional cost. So let's get to opening. Organizing your cards as you open them is pretty important. It will help you show you what colors you have most support for at a glance. So let's see what we get. All right. So we get the client. I'm going to make a stack of our leaders up here to the top right. The common bases, you are allowed to use any color common base in the game as long as it is from that set. So it's got to be one of the ones with the epic action here. Even if you don't open it. So your store tournament organizer should have a bunch of bases that you can use. So like, for example, if I wanted to use a red base, but I don't open a red base, I'm still allowed to do that. So talk to your store organizer if you need that. Anyway, now that we start actually getting into the pack, actually, I'm going to set the leaders and bases aside for now. We'll come back to them later. The way I like to organize them is left to right in columns. So far left will be aggression, then command, then cunning, then vigilance, then neutrals and like pure white or black cards on the far right. And then I usually do heroism across the top, neutrals along the middle, and villainy along the bottom. So in the case of Hidden Hand Supplier here, he's a true neutral. I'm going to have him in the far right column along the middle. Vigilant Scouts is a neutral blue, so he's going to be in the column next to this guy, also in the middle. Anaka Gang Bandits, neutral red, far left in the middle. Kill Switch, neutral blue. And we basically just keep going along this way. I don't care if it's hyperspace or foil or whatever. At this stage in the game, we're just making stacks of cards based on their aspect colors. All right, so here we have our first villainy or heroism card. So Undercity Hunting Team is green-black. So my green column is here, black along the bottom. I'm going to put it down there. Improvise is just yellow. Goes there. Another green-black Ruthless Duo down here. Neutral green right in the middle of the green column. And so on. So, and what you're kind of paying attention to is what columns you're getting a lot of cards in. So here we have our third green-black card. This is already steering me in the direction of wanting to play green-black. And here we have our first speed bump of the new set, which is cards that belong in multiple aspects. I had not yet considered how I want to organize these, so I think I'm actually going to set this aside, maybe? I know this is off camera. I'm going to put this like all the way off to the left, up here in the corner. Just any multi-aspect cards I'm going to put up there because they can fit into multiple colors. Oh, look, we got a legendary green-black as our last card of that pack. So there we go. There's our first pack down. Already we're looking at massive support for green-black and absolutely no heroism cards yet. Our leader is the client, so, I mean, that's actually perfect with what we opened here because we have yellow-black and green-black. I'm not a huge fan of the client, but honestly, a 4/4 shielded in limited is not terrible. So anyway, that's kind of where my mind is at now, but it is still way too early to commit to anything. Let's just open up our next pack and see what we get. Alright, so our next leader, we have Boba Fett. He's a pretty solid, I imagine, would be a pretty solid leader in limited. Also green-black, so that's good. Alright, so we've got Flash the Vents, which is just neutral aggression. Lost and Forgotten, neutral blue. Relentless Hunters, another neutral aggression. Alright, so we have a neutral heroism with Circuit Challenger. Pretty good card in limited. 5 cost, 4/5 ambush, so that's going to go up here above Street Gang Recruiter. We have Improvise. Kessel Hulk is just true neutral. Wookiee Gorilla is Cunning Heroism, so that'll go up top. Partisan U-Wing. Toydarian Technician, we have another yellow-blue, so I'm going to set that off to the side. Overcharge Transport, neutral red. Canto Bite Security, neutral blue. Avril Skeen, another neutral red. Hey, whoa. Whoa. All right. We got a Prestige Maul in our pre-release. That's pretty dope. Is he legendary? He is legendary. Okay. Green, red, black is what his colors are. So that's really awesome. We're going to set him aside too. Qui-Gon, neutral yellow. That's pretty good. All right. So again, I'm just going to do a quick recap. So we got 4 blue, 4 yellow, only 2 neutral green. Yeah. All right. So we're still looking at, what about our red? 5 red. Oh, pretty decent red. All right. So just kind of keeping tabs on what we open. Boba is probably the leader I'm looking at playing at the moment, but that can easily change any moment here. All right, we got Hyperspace Enfys Nest. So that's going to give us some red-white options. So you want to keep our eyes on what other red, because we do have a decent pile of neutral red, but we don't have any red-white. So I'm hoping to get some of that. We have Industrious Team, blue. There's some red-black, Santoul Berserkers. Neutral blue again. Neutral red. Neutral blue. Green-white. Yellow-black, that's really good. Masasi Group Marines is green-white. From a certain point of view, true neutral. Nile Storm Sower, yellow-black. So our yellow-black is also turning out to be pretty good. Choppers, multicolor heroism. Shadow Cloaking, multicolor villainy. Secret Battle Pretend. And Baze Malbus, really strong Sentinel. I imagine in limited this card's is a pretty good bomb. So I really like that red, white, blue. Hopefully, if we get like a Vel or something, that would be really good. We're going to keep going. And, that's hilarious. Okay, so we're opening up our possibilities for leaders to play in the heroism side of things. If we get more, see, okay, perfect. Swoop Like Marauder, perfect support for Vel. We need some more blue-white support if we're actually going to go that route. Sulston Sapper, yellow-red. Alliance X-Wing. Rickety Quad Jumper. Beach Patrol, AT-ACT. Artful Pickpocket. Liberated Wookiee. All right, we're getting a lot of heroism support, but nothing red-white, which is a little unfortunate. Onaka Gang Starhopper. Partisan Infantry. Phoenix Squadron Fighters. More blue-white. Salvage Blaster. Max Rebo Band. Green-yellow. Bix Colleen. and green, yellow, white. Okay, so we actually got some really good green, yellow, white support there. It'd be nice to get like a Lando or something. All right, another client. That's a little unfortunate. Hey, our first red-white support is just a one-cost inspired recruit. Shielded hauler. Cloud Rider veteran, so we got more red-white. IGV 55 listener. Our first blue-black, which is not great for that support, but I don't think we're going that route anyway. Now Storm Sower, more yellow-black. Also, I'm just noticing we haven't gotten any additional green-black support since that first pack. Which just goes to show you how you don't want to, like, pigeonhole yourself into an idea after your first pack or two because you don't know what else you're going to get. Criminal Contact. Weakway Pirate. Expendable Mercenary. Foil, nice. Nothing Left to Fear is really good in limited, so blue-green's kind of nice. Urk. And Honor-Bound Partisan. Fear and Dead Men. Alright, our last pack. I'm hoping for some other sort of leader just to kind of broaden our options. And it's going to be Darth Vader. Yeah, we really don't have the red-black to support him. But let's see if we pull anything here. Syndicate Security. Dogged Pursuers. Andor Range Troopers. B-Wing Skirmisher. A Hyperspace B-Wing Skirmisher. The Saucy Group Marines. Hidden Hunters. Bank Job Fugitives. Scavenging Sandcrawler. Hunter for Hire. Ezra. 000. That is a Vader support card, but not quite enough. Patient Hunter. And Rio Durant. Okay, so let's take a look at our leader choices. So we've got Vader, the client, Vel, Enfys, and Boba. So we've got another client, which I'm just going to set aside. And then, don't forget, we also have Leia and Jabba, if we want. So, real quick, I'm going to rule out Jabba. Let's see if we can rule out Jabba. So the only yellow-black cards we got are these 4. Now, they are all Underworld, which does synergize really well with Jabba. Let's take a look at our neutral yellow just to see what other Underworld cards we have that could combo with his ability. So Weakway Pirate's not bad. We do have Credit Generation. Bix isn't Underworld, but she does make credits. Onaka Gang, yeah, Qui-Gon's not Underworld. We have 2 Improvises, which is kind of a gamble. And then Guild Ambush Team is not Underworld. I don't feel great about Jabba. I mean, obviously we could, depending on what other color we pair him with, will give us access to more Underworld. So, like, I don't know, maybe if we pivot red, because we have Dogged Pursuers are Underworld. 3 damage to a unit. So I'm basically just kind of looking to see... I'm imagining, alright, let's say you try and, like, pick a leader to build a deck around and kind of look and see how easy it would be to build a deck with that leader. So, again, I'm just looking... Alright, if I were to play Jabba Red, what other choices do I have? I mean, these are... That's not bad. Pairing a 6-cost 8/5 Overwhelm... it is Underworld, so with Jabba's ability to give that ambush, wouldn't it be pretty good? Plus we've got Maul. Yeah, let's look at our multi-aspect cards. Do we get any red, yellow? We did get Urk. Oof. Not Underworld, but still not bad. That already has ambush. Alright, so the one way you could do that is like that. You could look at your leaders and say, alright, how difficult would it be to build a deck using this leader? Before we move on, let me also look at Vel. So Vel is blue-white. I really like Vel's ability. Unfortunately, these are the only 2 blue-white cards we got. So, Not a whole lot to work with there. Obviously, we're going to pair with another color. And because the bases let you play something out of aspect, you can always kind of do something a little cheeky and play something, a couple cards that don't fit into your leader base color combination. What I was going to say, though, is the other way you could do it is you can pick a card that you know is like going to be a bomb. So in this case, Baze Malbus or even the Maul Prestige that we got, these are both cards that are absolute bombs in Limited, that when they hit the board, they're either going to absolutely shut your opponent down or they're in some way going to help you win the game. And honestly, out of all the cards we got, I feel like those two are the most... like, have the most ability to blow out an opponent. Baze is really good because 6/8 Sentinel is insane. So the reason I feel that way, or the reason I like to look at that, is because then you can say, okay, let's say I really want to play Baze. I feel like this is going to be my win condition for the deck. What leaders do I have that would enable me to play this? And our answers are Enfys Nest and Vel, or technically Leia, right? Because Leia is still heroism. Now, if we play Leia, then we're playing Baze out of aspect, but the base allows that, so that's not a huge deal. So we can look at what kind of support we have to fit into this role. Now, obviously, we already looked at our blue-white support. It's very limited. Let's just real quick take a look at our red-white, because we did get some at the end here, but not a terrible lot. So just the Inspired Recruit is 1 cost, 3/1. Cloud Rider Veteran does have an on-attack that could work with Enfys Nest. And then 2 B-Wing Skirmishers. That's it. Our neutral red, though, is actually quite strong. The Dogged Pursuers are good. Attack from all sides is fine. It's just going to be 3 to deal 3. Averil Skeen is actually really good because he's got a win plate and on attack credit hate, and people are going to be making credits in Limited. So that's actually another card that's like, hey, you probably really want to be playing that. This one looks really blurry for some reason. It's kind of weird. Relentless Hunters is also pretty good. Flash the Vents seems pretty good. And Onaka Gang Bandits is another kind of late game bomb. So actually, I'm really impressed with my neutral red pool. Let's look at the neutral green. Hunter for Hire is fine. Hidden Hunters is fine. Spendable Mercenary, fine. Putting a team together is nah, fine. That could be a bomb. It's not quite as good as like Baze or Maul, but it is a big unit. Parson U-Wing, fine. And that's good with Bounty Hunters. So like, green is fine. What about the green-white? That's actually good. Liberated Wookiee's fine. I like the 2 Massassi Group Marines. Like, 3 cost 4/4 is just really solid and limited. And yellow-white. Alright, so yellow-white, we're pretty terrible. So already, I'm kind of just going to rule out yellow-white, but it's not like we have a yellow-white leader. Our neutral-white, Circuit Challenger's good. Alliance X-Wing is fine. Alright, we didn't get any neutral black. We got quite a few true neutrals, which we can just throw into any deck if we need something, if we're short a couple cards. Neutral blues, I know, sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place right now, but this is actually a lot more challenging than trying to build a pre-release deck for other sets. I do like the Lost and Forgotten. And we got some pretty decent... I mean, Industrious Team is expensive, but you get to kill something immediately. Canto Bite Security is a Sentinel that gives you credits. That's pretty good. And yeah, 3/5 Restore 2 is not bad. So neutral blue is fine. All right. I am, as much as I really like Maul, I feel like Baze is the better bomb because he has Sentinel. So the only way I would want to play Maul is if we do decide to go Jabba, because then we could cheat out Maul with Ambush. That's kind of disgusting, isn't it? That's kind of disgusting. But on the other hand, we have some really good cards like Ezra. to go with Baze. We have nothing left to fear. We have some other cards that we could splash out of Aspect. Oh man, this is tough. Oops, that's not the stack I was looking for. I'll be honest with you. I'm feeling right now, like I'm feeling Vel green. Let's just try to put that together and see how it comes out, because we got a really nice stack of blue. So I'm gonna take the villainy cards out. I also really like Skeen. We might throw him in anyway, just even though he's out of Aspect. And we'll take the yellow away for now too, even though we might splash some of them in if we have to. Okay, so assuming we're playing Vel. Sorry, I'm just trying to stay organized here. We now want to look and see what we can... how many cards do we have that fit these color combinations, and then how many do we need to splash and or cut? So assuming we're playing Vel green, we know we want the Masassis. We know the Liberated Wookiee is fine. We'll leave him in there for now. Jaunty for Light Freighter might be okay, so fine. We've got 4 there. Phoenix Squadron A-Wings I'm not a huge on, but I do like Swoop like Marauder, so we're at 5. We know we got Baze, so that's 6. And Ezra, 7. Now Baze is going to be out of Aspect, that's fine. 7, we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know that I want 2 of these. 13, 14, 15, 16. Sure, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Actually, how many bounty hunters do we have? I mean, expendable mercenary is that, yeah, alright, so we've got, oh yeah, we've got plenty of bounty hunters to make target tagger work with. They're not. Underworld Trooper, Underworld Trooper. Okay, there's enough that it could work. Alright, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Sure, 24, 25. We'll throw him in. 26. So we need 4 more. Yep. Nothing left to fear. So 3 more. And we could do some more out of Aspect stuff. Like, I don't know if Max Rebo would be worth throwing in out of Aspect. It would be funny. Jyn Erso might actually be worth throwing in out of Aspect. So 2 more. It's probably the only ones out of there. I mean, we could throw the Phoenix Squadron fighters in. And what about our true neutrals? What happened to my true neutral stack? Yeah, down here. So, Bank Job Fugitive is too expensive. Too expensive. No. Too expensive. Eh. I mean, that's a maybe. And that's it. So I think we're at 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 29. So, alright. So we could throw one more thing in. Probably the Industrious Team or the Hidden Hand Supplier. Here's what I would do next. Is look at how many turn 1 plays we have. So Jyn could be a turn 1 play if we don't mind using our base's epic action. We have the X-Wing. We have the Partisan Infantry. Kill Switch is not really a turn 1 play, even though it costs 2. Shield Drive Operative or Outfitter could be. Rickety Quadjumper. Liberated Wookiee. That's it. So how many is that? Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turn 1 plays. So out of a 30 card deck, 6 turn 1 plays is pretty good. It's not the best. So on that, I might... Hidden Hand Supplier is not a turn 1 play. So we could, like, if we really wanted another one, we could look through... I mean, we could throw in, like, the Honor Bound Partisan or something. Find another 2-cost unit that, even though it might be... Alright, sorry about that. Looks like my camera battery died mid-recording. But, yeah, ultimately, I think this is probably what I would end up going with in the pre-release. Would be a green Velsartha. Just because I think she's one of the stronger limited leaders, and our pool actually isn't terrible. I mean, 6 turn 1 plays... I did end up throwing the second Industrious Team in there. It is a little expensive, but yeah, I don't know. I think it would be interesting, though, just to quickly see if we were to pivot to... I want to take the neutral green cards out here and see if we were to pivot to, like, a green Jabba. What that would look like, because I think that's the other potential route to go with this pool. So let me take the heroism cards out of here. And we're not going to use blue. But I guess we can take the neutral blues out, just so we have them in case we want to splash something. So I'm not going to crack open the Jabba, but I can put him here. Like, sure, we're going Jabba, we're going green. So that gives us yellow-green, because we did get a decent chunk, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 neutral green. We got them all, 8. Then for yellow, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then neutral yellow. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, it would be... We would be pressed. We would have to splash 5 out of aspect things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24... 25 with Maul. Yeah, we'd have to splash 5 out of aspect things, which is not terrible. I'm sure we could find some either some neutrals or like some red-black to fill the gaps. But really, like, I didn't even really look and see like how many Sandcrawlers did we end up playing. Is it just the one, or we get 2? Because we got 2 improvised, excuse me, which is not great. The Nile Storm Sowers, 1 cost 2/2, which is not great. I mean, the 11 drop Intimidator is not great. So I feel a lot worse about this pool than I did the Vel. So, like, if you really wanted to play Maul, I feel like there's an argument that could be made that this would work, but ultimately I think the Vel deck would have been a lot stronger with this pool. Anyway, yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. That's what happens when I try to record multiple videos in a row without charging my camera in between. That's going to be it for this one, though. Let me know in the comments if you guys would have done anything differently with what I ended up opening here, and if you're excited for your own pre-releases. I will be doing, obviously, Carbonite unboxing videos for a Lawless Time, as well as Pack-A-Day openings with a giveaway. So Pack-A-Day shorts with a legendary giveaway at the end of that, so stay tuned for that. And, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you all have fun with your Legends of Time, or Lawless Time pre-releases this weekend. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Mobius1 here. I'll see you in the next one.